Hey everybody, it's Kris Castro. The last video I posted was about my crazy adventure with the Lord, and I want to take a couple of minutes now and take a kind of behind the scenes look to give you some information. I mentioned Celebrate Recovery, and I got into Celebrate Recovery after a really long period of brokenness, and I had reached my max. And I kind of snapped, and I couldn't take it anymore. And one of the things a really good friend of mine suggested was going to Celebrate Recovery to heal. Because Celebrate Recovery is a 12-step program, but it isn't just for addictions, it's for any kind of baggage. And I had some brokenness I had to work through. And so I ended up in Celebrate Recovery. And I spent just over a year-ish going through their program and got to a place of really good health and healing and recovery and just peace. And that's when the Lord called me out to go on that crazy adventure. Well, one of the things as I was processing through that program was the whole trying to wrap my head around the Serenity prayer. I wanted serenity. I desperately wanted serenity, and I just couldn't find it when I got there because I was in such emotional pain. And one of the chapters that I wrote in my book is about the Serenity Prayer and how I processed through every line in that prayer. And one of the really difficult parts was this one, and I'm going to read it to you from my book, Crazy Might Be a Blessing in Disguise. And so it's the line that says, accepting hardship as a pathway to peace. So I wrote, I hated this section of the prayer and used to cry each time I said those words. The reason why I ended up in Celebrate Recovery was because of the crushing hardship I had endured for years. I felt it was cruel for the Lord to require that I accept my hardship. And hold on one second as I flip the page. And I couldn't imagine how doing so would become a pathway to peace. Over time, as my healing deepened, I began to understand that staying resentful or angry at my hardship did nothing to make it better. Peace began showing up only after I accepted my hardship as it was, since I couldn't change the past which led to it anyway, along with leaning into the Lord to show me how to overcome it. And so I say all of that because I know that there are so many people in my sphere of influence, in just people I come across, which are so struggling with difficult circumstances right now. And one of the things that the Lord has so shown me through my crazy adventure, through the pathway to healing and the pathway to peace I finally did receive at the other end of my Celebrate Recovery healing process, was the verse in Philippians where Paul talks about being content. And I want to read that to you as well. So Philippians 4:12-13 says, I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all things through him who gives me strength. And that's Philippians 4:12-13. So I just want to encourage you as you're going through whatever really hard circumstances you're going through, just breathe. The Lord is right there with you, even if you can't see it. And let me tell you, when I got to Celebrate Recovery, I was really questioning the goodness of the Lord's character. I was questioning everything about the Lord. And one of the things that I was able to do is really get to a place as to where I accepted that for whatever reason at that time, the Lord did not want to rescue me. He wanted me to go through it. Now, on the other side of it, I so see all the reasons why, all the character development that thank God I went through, even though it was so hard. But I promise you, the Lord loves you. He has not abandoned you. And being content in your circumstances does not mean that you have to like them. It simply means that you absolutely have to trust and know that the Lord is with you, that there is a reason you're going through it. It may be of your own making because it's consequences. It may be a growth or a learning moment or a character development moment. Hi, that was me. Or it could be any number of moments. But I promise you, the Lord is with you. So anyway, that's a little bit of some insight about my background, my history with the book. If you're interested in learning more about my crazy 12,000 plus journey across the United States, speaking to Celebrate Recovery meetings, and all the amazing things the Lord did for me to provide, since it was Holy Spirit led and Holy Spirit provided, and it created so much intimacy with the Lord. Anyway, my story is in the book, Crazy Might Be a Blessing in Disguise. And if you want to purchase it, go to my website, begintoshift.com. That's begintoshift.com. You'll see a little book picture. Go ahead and click on it and you'll learn, get some more information about it. Thanks. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.